going on, you guys? So, we are back. We are back in Planet Coaster. I know it's been a little bit, but yeah, it's just been an eventful summer, last couple months all around, and to be honest with you, I thought I was going to be doing a lot more this summer, content-wise, creating stuff, making shit, but I didn't. I got very preoccupied. I did work at King's Dominion this summer for a couple months, and I guess I could maybe talk about that later or in another video or something, but just very busy collecting a lot of footage, and yeah, there's this interesting thing that happened in the coaster community, and I'll go ahead and get into this project, Appalachian Adventure 2.0, here in a second, but everyone over this past off-season seemed to have become a roller coaster vlogger or some shit, and that was not my swag. I was not trying to go for that kind of content whatsoever. I think I did like one video and I was just cringing the whole way through, so we're gonna stick to the cinematic stuff and the artsy-ish kind of stuff and the Planet Coaster stuff. And speaking of Planet Coaster, here we are back in Appalachian Adventure 2.0. This isn't, I don't know if some of you were around for the beginning of this channel, roughly around a year ago. It's been a little bit, where my first project was a park called Appalachian Adventure, and I mean, it was good, it was cool, it had some of its qualities, I guess, but I really spent this past summer just building on my own time and you know, honing my craft and everything, and getting better, and you know, focusing on little details and things just to make it more realistic. And like I said, working at King's Dominion, I got a completely different insight into how an amusement park actually functions, you know, backstage areas and stuff like that, and you know, a lot of the, you know, real things that go into running and building an amusement park that a lot of people just don't think about. So I wanted to incorporate all that knowledge and stuff into one project, and this was the result. This was kind of my sandbox, testing out ideas and stuff, and almost everything you're seeing on screen right now is probably in its third or fourth reincarnation. Like, it's been a lot of trial and error and stuff like that, but I think it looks good. The final iteration that you guys are seeing me complete here, just detailing everything on Settlers Avenue, which is the name of this part of the park, this little village, the first one you walk through when you enter into the park. Just tying in all the little details and making it look nice. So that's what's up. We have I believe we have a members center, kind of like a season pass deal, but like more of a Six Flags kind of thing, where you have to be a member. You're technically a member. It's an exclusive club. I personally don't think being a member of a Six Flags kind of club is something to brag about, but I digress. So we got a members center. We have a restaurant right below this tower, actually right here where we're adding this rope. This is Settlers Grill. It's just a sit-in restaurant. I did pardon me, I did want to do have some sort of functionality with this park, you know, in a sense of it having actual restaurants and gift shops and stuff. Not terribly worried about interior decor on the buildings or anything like that, but you know, I do want to allow guests in here at some point. So that's what's up. We got some restrooms. We've got the Street Fox cafes on the other side, and I do have a couple quips with this particular time lapse because it's very sporadic and all over the place. Like, this was just, all this footage is just collected over about a week of just adding little details here and there, and there's a lot of dead footage and stuff to cut. So this first video back, I guess, was a little bit of a bear to edit and all that stuff, but it feels good to just finally be getting it done. There won't be a real-time overview or anything like that after all this time lapsing, because this video is on the longer side. I'm going to try and keep them down to about 8 to 10 minutes. So there won't be that, but there is the trailer that I posted on the channel yesterday or the day before, depending on when this comes out. But I'll go ahead and link that up on the screen, all that good stuff. And like I said earlier, backstage, a lot of backstage stuff. I'll dedicate an episode strictly to backstaging and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm just happy to be doing this stuff again. It feels good. It's fun. It's one thing to be sitting on ideas and stuff, kind of like I was all summer with this thing, but it's another thing to actually have it out and tangible to like look at and watch and stuff. It's really a gratifying feeling. So you guys can expect more consistent uploads, I guess, just because, I forgot how much fun this is, and I've definitely upped my skills editing and stuff like that, I feel like, at least. And if you disagree, it's been a long day. If you disagree, drop a comment or a dislike. I don't care. Any interaction does help out the channel. With all that said, I guess... Oh, I need to turn my monitors down. Some Bush League stuff. It's been a minute since we've done the commentary. But with all that said, I guess we can kind of discuss the backstory / rationale for this project and this area of the park in particular. This is called Settlers Avenue, like I said, and it is... the idea, you have to view this project with, kind of an open mind, because I'm going to take some creative liberties in terms of theming in particular areas and stuff. And I feel like this is one of the less offensive ways of taking advantage of that. But Settlers Avenue, it's just this basic idea of kind of I want to say pseudo-neo-European settlement, I guess. It's the idea that these settlers came over, obviously, and just laid down some buildings, and this is their town. This is they settled in Appalachia, and you have to, you walk through here as you're entering Appalachian Adventure and everything. And then I wanted to keep some consistency with the overall themes, and it flows into a section called Minetown, very original, I know, into Franklin County, which, if you remember, or viewed or watched or was a fan maybe of the first series, there's something wrong with you because it was terrible. But if you saw those videos, there was this ride called Iron Bandit, a steezy, so steezy RMC, and that is back. It's going to be great. I'm very excited for that. So that will be in Franklin County. We have kind of a rough layout for a Roanoke themed area, Roanoke Valley and everything like that. I have a couple tricks up my sleeve to really build something cool and spectacular over there. Maybe I'm getting a little cocky, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna look really cool. I'm actually very excited to get started with that. And then there's a section called Blue Ridge Bicentennial, and the Bicentennial is basically the celebration of 200 years in America. So it'll have a lot of American swag and stuff like that. That'll be really neat. Kind of a midway vibe. Handyman Hills, Franklin County, Minetown, Blue Ridge Bicentennial. And then I think like an Alpine Village kind of area would be cool, maybe themed a little bit to a ski resort. And if you can't tell, this project is very much inspired by Dollywood and Busch Gardens Williamsburg, so we'll definitely be ripping an Alpengeist kind of thing over there. And if you see in the background over there, you can kind of see an arrow looper. That is, I totally wasn't going for Loch Ness Monster vibes there, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's focus on this. So the style of architecture that I'm working on right now on screen is called a Tudor, Tudor architecture. It's very much, it gives off a very Busch Gardens Williamsburg when you first walk in the park vibe, and a lot of noobs or GP and people who I frequent the parks with will refer to that as England. It's actually called Banbury Cross. Hashtag bring back the old country. If you know what I'm talking about, you're a real one, because it's a long story. Busch Gardens was the old country, and it had a lot more intricate and historically accurate theming in regards to its hamlets and villages and stuff. A little bit of a stutter there, my God. Whatever. Used to have a lot more historical, context, and unfortunately it doesn't anymore, but it's still a banging park. With all that said, I am stoked for Pantheon, but I'm going to try not to get on too many tangents with these time lapses and stuff. So again, little details. What am I looking for right now? Let's see. Oh, just some planters for these trees. I don't know. Do you guys like the trees? I was kind of toying back and forth between, the big maybe Brazilian nut tree kind of canopying over the path a little bit more, or these. I feel like this is a little bit more subtle. I definitely didn't want it to be like a big wide open slab of concrete or anything, but I don't know. If you have any opinions on what you're seeing, or suggestions, comments, or concerns, just drop them in the comment section below. That'd be really cool. Mainly because the biggest thing I want to do, if I do want to accomplish anything with posting these videos, it's just to kind of talk and with people who kind of have the same frame of mind or mindset or whatever when it comes to theme parks, and who just loves this whole process and everything, if you're big into Planet Coaster and like the more realistic stuff, I would just love to like talk with people, you know, online about that, because there's no one in my area who's into that shit. So yeah, let's get a conversation going. It'd be cool. I'm very open to potentially collabing on this to an extent, but I do want to get a lot of stuff done first. So that is a bridge we can cross when we get to it. This is actually a really cool little detail right here, and I know it's just a sign, but you'll see here in a second what I'm talking about. And there's going to be a lot of these signs, because this park is a little, I don't want to say confusing, but you're going to need a sense of direction once you get towards the back, because it's a lot of terrain and trees and stuff, and not a lot of, you know, line of sights that you can judge or, you know, base your direction off of. But after this, you'll see me put up a little wanted poster, and that's just going along with this theoretical campaign of theming throughout the park for the Iron Bandit roller coaster, which again will get its own video. There it is. Those are all over the park, kind of just as like a little fun campaign, I guess, for the new ride, because theoretically Iron Bandit would be the most recent coaster built in the park. And it's just, I don't know, I've been spending a lot of time looking through scenery pieces and tagging them and favoriting them kind of off in their own little sections, just to have them for this project and use them as a means for, I don't know, maybe more practical purposes with scenery pieces. A good example would be like the rocking chairs that you would normally use in a haunted house, and they're animatronic, but you just place them on stationary and they look like actual seating. And using barrels for you know, tables and stuff like that. I don't know, this project, because normally my style of building would just be build these big shells of buildings and not detail them very much, and then I'll get discouraged and be like, you know, shit, where am I going to take it from here? But this project, that really kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe discipline myself a little bit more to kind of keep looking and searching for pieces that could work here or work there, and hence why this thing has gone through so many different variations. And there's a lot of stuff already, you know, pre-built in the park that you'll see me end up deleting and redoing and stuff throughout other videos. And I know these things because I've already backlogged a bunch of videos, because I want to be able to put these videos out. I've said videos a lot in the past 2 minutes, but I've wanted to put these out more consistently, like I said, and stuff. So I'm sitting on a couple of videos, and they're just waiting to get published. So that's super gnarly. It feels good to be ahead, and it frees up some more time for doing cinematic stuff. I have to do a new cinematic Twisted Timbers video because I was not happy with the first one. If you caught that, if you didn't, it is no longer on my channel. It is archived. I do apologize. But you can go ahead and check out the Intimidator 305 cinematic, and the Fury 325 cinematic. Those are like the two actual, I guess you could call them cinematic. There's Stormrunner and El Toro and stuff, but those are kind of crappy. So yeah, here we are doing a little bit of lighting, going over to the Boneyard. That's just a collection of ideas and stuff I might incorporate in the park, just throwing them over there instead of deleting stuff. But yeah, just lighting this bitch up, and I wanted to go for a more subtle lighting, and I think it shows, but we'll dedicate an episode to just lighting, I guess. It's gonna have to be done. And here you can see some more backstage area. There are some Theme Maker Toolkit items. I did upgrade my computer a little bit in this game. This park, for how many pieces it is, runs very well. I'm very happy with how it's running. So yeah, we can, you know, splurge on little things like this. We're syncing these down so guests don't clip through them and everything. If you are a fan of the game and you build at maybe a little bit more advanced level, you know what I was just doing there. I truly don't feel like explaining it. But yeah, here we are. We're looks like we're running out of time. Oh no. All right, well, this has been fun. It feels good to be back. I do appreciate you guys for sticking around if you made it this far. If you would please subscribe and drop a comment to help out the channel. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't, you don't have to. There's no obligation. I'm just doing this for fun, but it'd be cool to, you know, tag some more people along, and yeah, it's going to be a fun ride. There's your damn roller coaster fun. All right, you guys, I will catch you, I want to say tomorrow, but don't quote me on that, but you'll see me soon, and we'll be building a restaurant. Fun. All right, see you guys later.